Hello and welcome to this happy hip sequence. We'll start in mountain pose at the top of your mat. Take a moment here to set an intention for your practice today. Set a focus or maybe work on something that you need more of in your life. Maybe that's the commitment to accept yourself, your body as it is today, with the commitment to continue getting stronger, more flexible, more confident in your skin. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, slowly descend, forward fold. Allow your knees to bend and draw the crown of your head down toward the mat. Breathe. Ragdoll, grab for opposite elbows. Allow your whole torso, your whole spine to hang heavy in traction down toward the mat. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Send your spine long, hips to the back of your space and the crown of your head to the front. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Drop your knees, lower down all the way to your belly. Inhale, cobra, peel your chest up off the mat. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale, sigh it out. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Come up high on your toes, deep bend in your knees, and straighten out. And pedal out your knees and sway side to side, warming up here in your downward facing dog, getting some movement. Listen to your body. Do what feels good here without judgment. Inhale, look forward to the top of your mat. Exhale, walk forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain, rise up. Exhale, draw your hands to your low back. Pin your elbows together, puff up your chest, send your heart forward, baby back bend. Look up. Inhale, release. Exhale, forward fold, draw your hands down the backs of your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Option to skip this vinyasa flow at any time and come to downward facing dog or child's pose. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, low lunge. Right knee over right ankle. Left knee connects to the mat. Release your back toes down. Inhale, lift your chest. Bring both hands to the right thigh. Right away, feel the stretch along the inner thighs, the hip creases. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, cactus arm back bend, shine your heart forward. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, return your hands to your thigh, press forward, low lunge. Breathe here. Send your weight forward. Exhale, plant your hands and step back. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Low lunge, drop your back knee to the mat. Release your toes. Left knee over left ankle. Press into your hips. Allow a little bit of movement for a fluid, dynamic stretch. Sink your hips low. Inhale, bring both hands to the left thigh and continue to work into your hip. Notice where you're tight. Breathe into it. Inhale, send your arms high overhead. Reach up. Exhale, cactus arm back bend, heart forward, pin your elbows together, look up. Breathe. Inhale, extend your arms long. Exhale, return your hands to your thigh, a little more stretch, and then plant your hands. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, vinyasa flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Release. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sink your hips low. Send your arms up to frame your ears. Breathe here. Lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, chair pose with a figure four. Bring your right ankle to your left thigh, creating a figure four stretch. Breathe into your right hip. Stay low. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink low. Where does your mind go when things get intense? Inhale, single leg mountain, stand up. Exhale, high crescent lunge. Send your right foot back, stay high on the toe. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, half splits. Drop your back knee, straighten your front leg. Bow forward, bring your forehead to your knee. And breathe. See if you can surrender while also working into the flexibility of your hamstrings. Release, low lunge to high crescent. Inhale, single leg mountain, stand up, right knee lifts up. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Bring your hands to clasp behind your back. Straighten your arms, puff your chest up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold with a shoulder rinse. Send your wrists toward the front of your space. Allow your head to hang heavy. Breathe. Allow a bend in your knees to relieve your low back. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sink your hips low. Exhale, chair figure four. Send your left ankle over your right thigh. Breathe. Inhale, reach high through the hands. Exhale, sink low into your hips. Notice what happens to your thoughts when things heat up and intensify. Exhale, release. Find your way into high crescent. Inhale, reach up. Right knee over right ankle. Bend your back knee a lot till it touches the mat. Release your toes. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Send your hips to the back of your space. Bow your head forward. Breathe. Inhale, low lunge, tuck your toes, high crescent. Exhale, single leg mountain pose. Give your left knee a hug and drop it down to the mat. Shake it out. Breathe. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, hands through prayer, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Inhale, high push-up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog. Stretch your right leg high. Open your hip up. Option to bend the knee and create circles with your knee in one direction, loosening up your hip joint. And then circle in the other direction to loosen your hip joint. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog, stretch. Exhale, low lunge, step your foot forward and through. Inhale, high crescent. Stack your right knee over your right ankle. Lift your left heel to activate your left leg. Reach long through your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, warrior two. Dial your back heel down on the mat. Open your hips and shoulders to the left. Stretch your arms long, forward and back. Gaze over your front middle finger. Breathe here. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Continue to bend deeply into your right knee. Inhale. Exhale. Turn your left knee toward the back of your space. Goddess squat. Toes point out. Center your hips and goalpost your arms. I'll turn around so I can face you. Sink your hips as low as you can, and then lift your right heel up off the mat and continue with the pulses. Good. Then switch. Lift your left heel up off the mat. Then bring your hands to your inner thighs, fingers point down, shoulder dips. Dip one shoulder in, press your thighs back as you dip your shoulder down, and switch sides, breathing into this deep thigh and hip stretch. Stay low in your goddess squat. Come back through center. Inhale, both heels up off your mat. Find your edge. Release. Inhale, star, stretch tall. Hands to your hips. Roll your shoulders up and back. Exhale, long spine, hinge forward, wide-legged forward fold. Send the crown of your head down to the mat. Place your hands on the mat or reach for your ankles. Breathe here. Allow gravity to bring your head down closer to the mat. And keep your toes slightly pigeon-toed or pointing straight ahead. Inhale, low lunge at the top of your mat. Exhale, step your foot back. High to low, flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, left side. Inhale, left leg lifts up long. Open your hip. Option to bend your knee for scorpion tail. Draw circles with your knee in one direction. Loosen up your hips and switch in the other direction. This should feel good, like a big opening. Inhale, extend three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge, step your foot forward and through. Inhale, high crescent, rise up. Back leg can be straight, or for more support, bend your knee. Front knee over ankle, chest is lifted and tall. Gaze forward, lift up, inhale. Exhale, open up. Spin your back heel so it's grounded into your mat. Open your hips and shoulders to the right side of your space. Send your arms long and strong forward and back, broad through your chest. Gaze forward and breathe. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, goddess squat. Turn your right toes out. Sink your hips low, toes turned out. Hold goddess squat. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to your inner thighs and take shoulder dips once again. Inhale. Exhale, this time walk your feet in just a bit wider than hips distance. Exhale, malasana squat. Send your hips all the way down to your mat. Squat low. Press your hands into the mat for support if you need it, or bring your hands to heart center. Gently dig your elbows into your knee creases to guide your knees back and get a deep hip stretch. Option for a twist. Place your left hand down on the mat. Send your right arm up, open all across your chest. Continue to keep your left shoulder pushing against your knee. Release and switch sides. Right hand presses into the mat. Left arm flies up and open. Send your face skyward. Inhale. Exhale, release, wide-legged forward fold. This time, option to clasp your hands behind your back and send your knuckles forward behind your head for a shoulder rinse. Inhale. Exhale, release, press up. Walk your hands to the front of your space, low lunge. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, flow high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, right side. Lift, lift, lift. Exhale, right knee to the outside of your right elbow. Hold, and then stamp your right foot into the mat on the outside of your right hand, lizard lunge. And press your hands into the mat, keep a long spine, and then drop your back knee to the mat. Release the shoelace side of your foot, bow down, stay up on your hands, or option to drop to your forearms. Breathe into your right hip. Notice what comes up for you as you sink into this deep hip stretch. If your right knee is pointing to the right, allow it to turn out. That could mean coming to the outer edge of the right foot, the knife edge of the foot. Breathe here. If you're down on your forearms, come back to your hands. Place your right hand on your right thigh, fingers pointing in, and gently apply some pressure. Kneeling twist. Inhale. Exhale, release. Send your right arm up and back. Bend your back leg. See if you can make a hand and foot connection. Capture your foot in your right hand. Open your chest to your right. Breathe. Quad stretch. Inhale. Exhale, release your back foot. Plant both hands. Inhale. Exhale, pyramid. Stamp your back foot into the mat. Straighten your leg and bring your forehead to your right knee. Allow your right knee to bend a little or a lot. See if you can keep both hip points in line, facing the front of your space. Breathe and let your head go. Melt forward. release. Listen here. Walk your hands on the outside of your right foot. Allow your feet to spin to the right. Keep your legs crossed and sit your hips down carefully in between your feet, both heels pointing in towards your hips. Setting up for cow face. Snuggle your hips. Attempt to stack your knees on top of one another. If that's too much, take your right heel and send it out in front of you to lessen the tension on your hip. Lengthen up through your spine. Exhale, fold forward. See if you can bring the crown of your head over your legs. Breathe into your hips. Breathe into this pretzel-like shape. Inhale. Exhale, release. Lift your torso back up. Take your right leg and lift it up so you stamp your right foot on the mat. Seated spinal twist. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, hook your left arm on the outside of your right knee. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Open your shoulders. Twist away from your leg. Inhale, exhale, release. Find yourself into a high plank. Inhale, exhale, lower down, high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, left side. Exhale, left knee on the outside of the left elbow, hold, and then step your left foot down onto the mat. Stay high for a moment, and then drop your back knee on the mat. Release the shoelace side of your foot. Press your hands into the mat. Stay lifted and lengthened for a breath. Inhale. Exhale, bow forward, lizard lunge. Breathe here. And see if you can soften and surrender here, even as things get hot and intense in your hips. Notice if you feel tightness or if you're holding on and clenching in your hips. Can you surrender a little more? Inhale. Exhale, sigh out your breath. Inhale, release back onto your hands if you've gone to your forearms. And take your left hand to the left thigh, fingers point in. Kneeling twist, gently press your left leg out as you send your gaze off to the left corner of your room. Inhale your left arm up and to the horizon behind you. Bend your back knee. Reach for the shoelace side of your foot for a quad stretch. Whether or not you've captured your foot, roll your left shoulder open so you're opening your chest toward your left leg. Breathe. Feel yourself expand through your heart space. Inhale. Exhale, release. Tuck your back toes under. Straighten your back leg. Pyramid. Try to bring your forehead to your left knee and allow your left knee to bend a little or a lot. Breathe here. See if you can surrender to gravity. Let your head go. Inhale. Exhale, release. Walk your hands on the outside of your left foot and sit your hips back for cow face. Left leg crosses over right. Bring both heels in towards your hips. And once again, if you need to lighten up the stretch, allow your left knee to go off to the left, wherever you are. Make sure things are not pinching. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe into this hip opener. Breathe into the stretch. Let your head be heavy. Inhale, release. Stamp your left foot on the mat. Your knee is bent. Seated spinal twist. Hook your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, open your shoulders to the left. Take the twist. Continue to ground down through your hips. Option to extend your bottom leg if the bent knees are too much for you. Stay for another breath. Inhale. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Three-legged dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step forward and through, low lunge. Right away, step onto your right foot, lift your back toes, standing splits. Allow your head to hang heavy. Breathe here. Kick your back leg up high to the sky. Inhale, fold. Exhale, kick back. Lower your back toes down to the mat. Rebend your right knee. Inhale, exhale, pigeon pose. Rest your right knee on the mat. Sit your hips down. Bring your right heel in closer to your hips. If the stretch is too much, inhale. Exhale, walk your hands out, bow forward, pigeon pose. Breathe into the sensations that are bubbling to the surface here. Give yourself permission to feel what comes up. And release. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog left side. Exhale, low lunge, and right away step onto your left foot, standing splits. Inhale, bow forward and kick your back toes up high to the ceiling. Allow your head to dangle heavy. Option to reach to grab for your calf or ankle. Find your edge. Inhale. Exhale, pigeon pose. Heel toe your left foot so it crosses over and out toward the right. Left knee to the left. Bow forward. Remember to bring your heel in closer to your hips if you want to ease up on your hips. Breathe and melt forward. Notice how this side feels compared to the other side. See if you can soften. Inhale, release. Find your way through a seated position. Inhale, exhale, press your palms together and slowly lower yourself all the way down to your back. Once you arrive, breathe it in and hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a juicy hug. Release the hips. Inhale. Exhale, happy baby pose. Draw your knees in toward your armpits. Grab for the backs of your thighs, calves, or the outer edges of your feet. And you can sway side to side. Let this be a low back massage. You could also play around with straightening one leg and then the other. Release. Send your legs back to the mat. Keep your knees bent. Draw the soles of your feet together for supine butterfly pose. One hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Allow yourself to rest here. I hope your hips are feeling nice and loose. See you next time.